Hey guys, it is Picture Man 1001, and you can see I'm doing a vertical video here today, just because it's a little easier for me to do. We have, just for these, because it's books here, this is my Diary of Wimpy Kid collection. Now, I have some merchandise too, I got a request to do this, and I know the person who requested it wanted to see my Wimpy Kid Funko plush. Unfortunately, I can't find that right now, so once I find it, though, I'll make a video on some of the merchandise I can find that I have, because I know I have got a couple bookmarks, I think. I got a puzzle is in the first book, and I also have a Mad Libs somewhere. I think I had the Mad Libs, I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. So we start off with the very first book. This was just Diary of Wimpy Kid, a novel in cartoons. This is the very first book, like I said. This is released in April 2007. Now, my printing is a little later. You can read the back. This would have cost $14.50 in Canada, is how much I would have paid for that back in the day. And then inside the book, you can see that's all that was available at the time. So on the character page, so each the front has a little a little picture that would be like a chapter header in other books. So that one's the piece of cheese. So the other characters in the book here, we have Rowley, Fregley, Manny, Roderick, Mom, and Dad. And then this one is a 26th printing. And this one says it's to Mom, Dad, Ray, Scott, and Patrick. I'm going to just do a little flip through out of context of the book. So there you go, yeah. I've read that. You can tell how well loved this book is. Yeah, I've read this so many times. Then in February 2008, we have the second book, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Roderick Rules. This book is also very funny. Definitely, I don't like to rank the books necessarily because I find them all enjoyable, even though they started to get a little crazy in some of the later books. But yeah, this was a good. This is a really good book. There's the back. You can see the critics' quotes and the plot synopsis there. See how sort of these book covers have evolved. This one my aunt bought for me on one of her day trips to the mall, so she wrote inside. She always writes inside. To my wonderful nephew, love on Crystal, XO, November 22nd, 2009. And then I drew myself with Greg Heffley right there. And picture inside there for the header, the front page. And then see, that's what was there at the time when this printing came. So then we have Roderick, Rowley, Manny, Mom, Dad, and Grandpa. And then this one, we have is the 20th printing. This one is to Julie, Will, and Grant. The first one said it was to Mom, Dad, Ray, Scott, and Patrick. If I didn't say it, I probably already said it, but I didn't. I don't know if I did or not. So, and here's the little flip through I'm going to do out of context. Trust me, things are funnier out of context. I watch out of context things a lot. So yeah. And then in October 2008, prior to the release of the third, in between the release of the second and third books, they released this thing called the Diary of a Wimpy Kid Do-It-Yourself book. Now, this is the standard hardcover version, released in October 2008. And this one was also releasing a few special covers. This is like an orange cover. It was also releasing a few special covers. They had like one that's this picture, but instead of that your picture here thing, it has Greg and it's just Greg standing there and a bunch of aliens. And then there was also one that was just Greg drawing his diary with a bunch of little scrap pieces of paper of aliens taped onto it. I've seen that latter one in a thrift store at one point. I didn't buy it though, but I remember I saw it there. And but I always just had the standard cover. It's all I didn't even know there were special covers at the time. First of all, let me get something straight. This is a journal, not a diary. Now everyone can write like a Wimpy Kid. Bonus includes color section of comics, which this is the The hardcover version has that, but you're going to see it. I have another one too, but you'll see that pretty soon. So let me just open this for a second. This one, the header there, you can see that one's there. Your picture drew me. This is a 15th printing. And then I had to stop it there to cover my address. I had to refilm up to this point, actually, because the like in my video before, because I'm just doing the stopping and like pausing and unpausing for the recording, and I accidentally showed my address, so I had to start over. So these are my things around 2010. These are my preferences. What was your design picks? Video games: Link's Crossbow Training, Mario Kart Wii, Lego Indiana Jones. Song. I didn't pick song. I just put albums. But you can see I like Sesame Street. I like baby shows. You had to have Songs from Bear in the Little House, Elmo Palooza, and Sesame Street Platinum all-time favorites. Books. The first 3 Diary of Wimpy Kid books. Movies. They had The Little Rascals, Amimos, which was a just a home movie, like a whole bunch of home movies. But that's what we named them because I used to as a kid call animals Amimos. So that's why, because in the movie, that whole movie, we went to like a zoo. So that's why we called it that. Well, it's called a wildlife. It's not called a zoo. It's like a wildlife park, but it's basically a zoo. And we have and then Elmo Palooza. Elmo Palooza is underrated, by the way. You should watch that if you like Sesame Street. Also, there was the thing nobody ever filled it. I started to fill it in, but then you could see. But we do have the full color comics here. I just called the book "Diary of a Wimpy Kid." Yeah, it's weird. It's nice that the full color comics are included in there. The autographs, that's nice. I'm not going to show everything. I might do a flip through at some point, but like make a video looking at my do-it-yourself books like Carl Randenberger did. Like, I think that would be kind of fun. I'm nowhere near as professional in editing as Carl Randenberger is, though. So, but then we also have this. Well, all the other books, the soft covers were exactly same color. This one wasn't. This one's a red. The soft cover, like the paperback of this, is red. Let me just compare it to the hardcover. It's funny how I hear hardback and paperback, and then also hardcover, softcover, but never soft back. Like paperback, I guess they call it. Yeah, but that's never soft back or paper cover. So. Weird, but anyways, so we have that's that one there. I'll just look at the things here. So I remember I ordered this before. This one I started writing in around early 2011. Just so you can see how my preferences changed around the time. They pretty much only sold these paperbacks at retail in the States. In Canada, they didn't, but I used to get them to the Scholastic Book Orders, because I live in Canada, in a province that doesn't even border the States, so. But yeah. Open this one up, same header. The Wimpy Kid movie diary was out by that point, though, so. Got a picture here. This one's a 9th printing of the paperback. Then again, you can see I didn't really write much in there, but there's no comics in here, though. Just the, like that, but it's kind of a cool thing to have. My style was very rough at the time. And then in 2009, and then in January 2009, we got the 3rd book, The Last Straw. This one has a very interesting, it just doesn't say the #1 New York Times bestseller, it just says the #1 bestseller. So this is the best-selling book of all time. Wow, I didn't know that. No, I guess it's later copies had, like, original print pressings that I used to see in my school library or whatever of these two would instead have a little blurb that was not in that style, but like in just the Comic Sans text style or whatever. It was it would say sequel to the #1 New York Times bestseller, which was true. So this one just says the #1 bestseller. And then inside, yeah, green's my favorite color. I always like this color, so I even wrote the Alex 3K in green because I was in grade 3 at the time, and my teacher's last name started with the letter K. Though the other grade 3 teacher's name also started with the letter K, so that could have been a problem. Though she was a 2-3 split class, so. But anyways, and mine was just the regular grade 3 class at the time. And there's the header, the chapter header there thing or whatever. I don't know what they're called, but whatever. Yeah. And then see, next in series, Diary of Wimpy Kid 4. It hadn't become Dog Days yet. This one, you see the other characters. You got Dad, Roderick, Holly, Rowley, Manny, and Mom. See the characters on that page is the character that's sort of most closely associated in the book to Tim. And this one is an 8th printing. And the flip through. It's hard to do the flip throughs. I might stop doing those actually, just because they're kind of hard to do. So since I'm doing this one-handed, so. And then we have Diary of a Wimpy Kid Dog Days. This is the 4th book, released in October of 2009. And starting that point, Dog Days, the basically every year, every fall would have a new book. So I guess you could say like for this one we could say this is for the 2006 to 2007 season. This was for the 2007 to 2008 season. This is for the 2008 to 2009 season, and then this is for the 2009 to 2010 season. That's the thing, they used to release them in the spring, now then they started releasing them in the fall instead. But especially since Dog Days pretty much, yeah, it wasn't a continuation of the last draw, but it was like a sort of next kind of thing. But yeah. But also, because I used to get them the Scholastic book order because it was always cheaper, for the next few, you'll see these are all in paperback. You see how, like, they're a lot more, let me see, I read these a lot, their spines are more, like, broken or whatever. That one doesn't even have a price sticker on it for how much it would have cost, because this might have been still through Amulet Books, but yeah, it's not like it's not like a Scholastic School Market edition or anything. And then inside, you get the Muddy Hand. And these things, we got Mom right there, though she's not normal, she's in a like a sundress instead of the regular clothes. Rowley, Sweetie, Roderick, Manny, and Dad. And all the ones from this point on, I'm pretty sure, are first printings. So, though it's not really anything valuable because I think millions of these were printed. So, yeah, first printing, and then this one says to Jonathan. I'm not going to do the flip-throughs anymore. And then the next book to come out was a supplemental book that I'm not going to be showing right now. It's the Wimpy Kid Movie Diary. You're probably wondering why not. You'll see in a little bit. But that one came out in March 2010. Then November 2010, we had The Ugly Truth, which was stated for a while to be like, is this going to be the last one? But no, they just kept, this is the last one, like, with the heavy influence from the online version. But the, kept writing more and more books. I like the purple in this one, though. Like, the classic color. Like, once they got a little later, like, after this one, the colors started becoming sort of crazy. Because they already used up, like... They used orange for the... Like, you have these 6, like, the 5 books and the do-it-yourself book. That's the original sort of era, the classic era of Wimpy Kid. And it's sort of like the Infinity Stones for a 4th grader, basically. So, this is The Ugly Truth. And there's a picture of what they thought was Tyson Sanders' posterior. I think it's Tyson Sanders, yeah. Tyson Sanders' posterior, but actually it was it's his armpit. So then here we have Gammy, Rowley, Manny, Roderick, Mom, and Dad. And that's the thing, instead of saying next in series or whatever, they say coming soon, more Diary of a Wimpy Kid. First printing to Thomas. I think it's how you say it, or Tomas. I don't know, Thomas, I think. I'm not exactly sure how you say that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Then again, next one I'm going to show, came out in March of 2011. It was the Wimpy Kid Movie Diary. It was a reprinted version that now included pages about the making of Roderick Rules. I don't have that one either, so I'm not going to show that one. But yeah, again, it was the same cover as the previous one, just with a sticker on it, and it was, of course, a little bit thicker because it had the Roderick Rules stuff in it. And then another supplemental book came out around May of 2011. This is the Wimpy Kid Do-It-Yourself book, which is an updated version. You see the cover is a bit updated too to make it more standout unique. Because it's not a mainline series. The fact that it's Diary Wimpy Kid Do-It-Yourself book and it looks like a mainline book is kind of weird. So it's nice that they did it like this. And this is the one, like these ones went out of print right after that. This one, I think they're still selling this. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure though, but still, this is the one that a lot of kids grew up with. But yeah, now you can write your own bestseller. Was the color comics again? There's even more comics than that, I'm pretty sure. So the section where you have to write your own stuff, that's a little shorter. And I got this one around 2014, so it's a lot newer. Like 2014 and 15 I wrote this, so I didn't have this version for a long time. I just, yeah. So I used to want to buy stuff, and my parents would always just tell me to save up, but I would always buy stupid crap instead. There's a different picture of me. I look more bald there, I don't know why. Third wheel was out by the time this was printed. In this version, it's an 11th printing. And again, you can see like there's the comics and stuff. Yeah. Then in November 2011, we had book number 6, Cabin Fever. This is a funny book, definitely. And this is something that wasn't on the hardcover copies, but is on paperback copies that I've seen. This note here. Signed by Jeff Kinney. So there you go, yeah, you can read that. There's Alfredo there, scratching on the window. And the things here, you got Manny, Rowley, Roderick, Mom, Dad, and Alfredo. Alfredo was terrifying, I think, but whatever. First printing to Ticino, I think it's how you say that. I'm not exactly sure. And then this is the reason I don't have the first 2 movie diaries. This is the Wimpy Kid movie diary, the story of all 3 movies. This is the 3rd edition of the movie diary that came out in around July 2012, shortly before the August 2012 release of the movie Dog Days. And it's the most updated version. I had the original. I remember I got it at the time it came out, but I can't remember if I gave it away or if I put it in storage somewhere, like, because it did have a different cover, but this is the one that's the most complete version, so you might as well have this one. Like, it's got more pages actually than a regular Wimpy Kid book because it's thinner, different kind of paper. It feels like it's thinner, but it's not. Yeah. So like I said, this one we got all the 3 movies in here. Go behind the scenes of Jeff Kinney in the making of the Diary of Wimpy Kid movies, and so the drawings there. There's Greg as a director. You got the same people listed in the front as the first book, but also it's got Greg there, live action Greg. Now Greg Heffley won Hollywood. And for this edition, this release of the book, it's a first printing. To Zach and Robert. And then, of course, you have all the different history and stuff. It's a good read, definitely. I read this a lot as a kid. And then in November 2012, we had The Third Wheel, book number 7. This one, a lot of people don't like this book, apparently, but I thought this was one of my favorite ones, actually. This was a lot of fun. I think that would have even made it even better film than The Long Haul, probably. Maybe because I like the sort of sitcom things, and a lot of people don't like that kind of thing. But yeah, still. There's Rowley, the chickenpox virus. Sorry about this again. So this page is here. We have Uncle Gary, Manny, Rowley, Roderick, Mom, and Dad. To Graham, also a first printing. November 2013, we have Hard Luck, book number 8. And this is sort of the last of the sort of silver age of Diary of Wimpy Kid, the book 6, 7, and 8, definitely. So we got Meckley Mingo's belt buckle. Then we got Raleigh, again, not looking as normal. He looks more like distinguished. And there's Abigail, Manny, Roderick, Mom, and Dad. So it was to Charlie. Also first printing. And then in November 2014, we had book 9, The Long Haul. Now, this one actually, after I was in grade 7, because I was like grade 3 for Dog Days, and then grade 4 for Rock of Truth, 5 for Cabin Fever, 6 for Third Wheel, 7 for Hard Luck. Then I was in grade 8 for this. After grade 7, they wouldn't give you book orders anymore, which I think is really stupid. And they wonder why teenagers are always stuck on their phones, because they're not encouraged to read like younger kids are. Like, why not give them the book order that has a special one that has teen books? Like, why not do that? But anyways, that's a whole other topic for another time. But my grade 7, one of the teachers I had for grade 7 last year, my English grade 7 teacher, he knew me, and he said, like, he knew that, he was able to give me a book order, because he knew I wanted one, so, and I just ordered it through him, so. It wasn't in my class, but he just gave it to me separately, because I would go to the Learning Center, so he could easily find me, so, yeah. But this is the last one you'll see here that I have in paperback, because this is the last one I ordered from the book order, so. It is very much the transition between the classic age of Wimpy Kid as a whole, which is the Golden and Silver Ages, and the modern age of Wimpy Kid books. This is not considered orange, the color, because orange is already taken by, like you see the two orange colors that are quite different. The official color designation, I think, of this one is called Neon Carrot, I'm pretty sure. Just the way they didn't have to call it orange. And there's the pacifier there. In this book we have, that's why, like, some of these things you'll see a lot of the weird characters in the pages here. So you have Mr. Beardo, a seagull, Manny, Roderick, Mom, and Dad. And this is a first printing as well. And then also to Pranov, I think is how you say that. Again, I don't know all these names. Then after that, I started having to buy the books in the stores. So they're hardcover again. So, because that's the thing with the book orders, my parents would always have me order them to the book orders because they were cheaper, so. But, yeah, so we have this one is called Old School. Definitely the first of the things, like, because I was thinking, like, oh, is Greg going to go into high school after, because, like, I would have thought that, like, oh, in the first book he's in grade 6, and 2 and 3 he's in grade 7, then 4 is the summer between 7 and 8, and then 5, 6, 7, 8 he's in grade 8. But no, that's not how it is. I think he's apparently in grade 7 through all the, like, he just never ages, like Bart Simpson, for example. Bart Simpson is perpetually 10 years old, even though he would be, like, pushing 50 now if he was a real kid, so, a real person, so. This is also the last one to have the Amulet Books logo look like the square instead of the circle. This is also the first one, instead of having sort of the old design of, like, the texture of it, it's the first one to sort of have this new faux leathery kind of thing, but not really faux, like, sort of still more the same texture as before. The 11th book is really when the textures of the book started being more, like, I don't know how you describe it, but, like, almost, like, stickily rough or something. I don't know exactly how you'd call that, but yeah. I bought this one at the bookstore. You can see the price tag is on there, but it's that's the price tag from the bookstore I got it at, but you can see it's all fading because the ink they use is not very strong for those. And then, see the lemonade there. And this one we have, on the page, we have Silas Scratch, the pig, Manny, Roderick, Mom, and Dad. They never said in the books what they named the pig, I don't think. To Dad. So this is to his dad, because he, it's another book about Greg and his father. First printing, as well, I said. And I think the black on this looks really sharp, actually. I think it looks really nice. It's one of the nicest looking covers in the series, for sure. And that was in November 2015. November 2016, or around October, November, I think it was November, yeah. We have Double Down. This is the first one to have that new sort of feel. If you ever felt the books 11 and later, Wimpy Kid on the covers, they have sort of a feel that's not like even the old school one. It feels a bit different. Like, in terms of, like, it's more like, feels more sticky or something. I don't know. Here's Wimpy Kid Double Down. This is the first one because they're starting to run out of colors. They had the spines would be more striped, like two, because all the ones they have, like, same color on the cover, just a little darker. But then this one they had two separate colors. I think that's like scarlet color and yellow, so like scarlet and dandelion. And you can see this is the first one to have the Amulet Books logo as a circle. And then the worms there, which are, I think, gummy worms. They were making a movie. Then we have Maddox, I think was the kid's name. Then we have Rowley in it looks like he's coming out of showers for their movie. Manny, Roderick, Mom, and Dad. This one is to Dorian. Again, also first printing. Then in May 2017, ahead of the release of the movie The Long Haul, we had the Wimpy Kid movie diary, the next chapter, The Making of the Long Haul. And I gotta say, this book is more entertaining than the movie itself. Definitely gotta say that. You can see Jason Drucker's picture. He wasn't actually that bad of a Greg. I thought he was an alright Greg, whereas the other cast members definitely... I still don't think it was fair, though, to do the Not My Roger, because, like, literally, that ruined that man's life. The kid who played Roger at the time, he's grown up now, like, he's, 25. That ruined his life, so that's, he has not gotten jobs. He's definitely, I didn't think he was a good actor, but I wasn't going to bully him about it. He was, especially since he was a teen actor at the time, like a young actor. He didn't deserve that, so... Anyone who disagrees with me can just get off my page right now and never come back, so... So yeah, I didn't enjoy the movie that much, but I know that this was still a good read. Talked about definitely a lot of the changes and stuff that they made, like from the previous books and from the movies and stuff. So there's the pig right there with the pacifier in it. Let me see Mr. Beardo there and the seagull. Manny, Roderick, the same people that was in the Long Haul. And there's Greg being picked up by the seagulls there. It's funny. And there's the pig pacifier in live action to Jason. And this is also first printing. You can see a similar format, but it's all to do with the Long Haul. Still cool to see, though. Definitely. And then April 2017... November 2017, we had The Getaway, which was... You'll be seeing a lot of times, every few books, they'll do, like, a road trip story. Every few books, they do a road trip story. There's, like, 3 of them they did, and it got repetitive after a while. Like, you can see definitely they're starting to write... Like, Jeff Kinney is contracted to write all these. They wanted to... The publisher wants him to write more, but he's running out of ideas. It's like on a cartoon has too many episodes, like, it goes on for so long, like something like SpongeBob or, like, Simpsons or something like that. Diary of Wimpy Kid is a good example of that, but for books. Especially since they're cartoon books, basically. This is the Indigo exclusive edition. You'll see what's inside that. Like, a lot of these would have Indigo exclusive editions. Read them all. They only list up to number 11, though, so that's the thing. They don't have the 12th one listed. Like, the other books will have every previous book and the one you just bought listed on the back, so... Like all the upcoming ones. But you'll see definitely... This is the last one. I think this might be the last one to not have anything on the cover, like, of the... Because that's the thing, all the first printings of the Dog Days and Later would not have that bestseller thing on the front, so... And this one... See the spider there? So we got the Director of Fun, then Roger's girlfriend, then Manny in a pool floaty and sunglasses. They're all in their, like clothes for the trip. Roderick, Mom, and Dad. This one is to Annie. First printing. And I'll show you what's exclusive about it at the very back. I guess you can call these more brittle, I guess you call these, instead of the other ones, which are not as brittle. We have a little postcard. Season's greetings from the Heffleys. This one's also a Christmas book, but it's not Christmassy because it's in the sun, yeah. Happy holidays from our family to yours. And then the one that's definitely the best book of the more modern era, Diary of Wimpy Kid, The Meltdown, number 13. This one doesn't have the over whatever million books sold. So this one, I thought The Getaway was the last one, didn't have it, but yeah, this one has it too. Doesn't have it either. See, there's all 13 listed there, unlike the other one, which was the 12th book, but only listed up to number 11. But this one, they list this one on the back too. So, even though it's kind of unnecessary to do so, because it means like sort of buy the other books, like just list whatever one you don't list whatever one you already it's already being put on. I forget what that is. I think it's like a puppet of some sort. I honestly forget what that is. We got one of the Snowball Fight kids. I can't remember who it was. Rowley, Manny, Roderick, Mom and Dad, all in their snow gear. And there's so many books at that point, they just start numbering them on the page. This one is to Deb, also first printing. And this one's also the Indigo exclusive edition. And I'm not going to take this out, but it's like on an exclusive poster. So I'm not going to take it out of the book, though. So. And then in April 2019, we got the very first book of the spin-off series. This is Diary of an Awesome Friendly Kid. Raleigh Jefferson's journal. Hey, he copied me! And this series is nowhere near as good as the main series. But yeah, this book especially was disappointing. I thought, yeah. So you can see there's this kind of thing, but they look kind of different too. But it's the spin-off series, so yeah, it's the... Hi, I'm Raleigh Jefferson. You can see the way it's done is quite differently. Here are some books my best friend Greg Cuffley wrote. Yeah, and then you totally stole my idea. I wrote the words and drew the picture all by myself without any help from grown up. And then you're okay. Then who's this guy? That's yeah. I was always more like a Raleigh than a Greg. This one doesn't have a dedication. It doesn't seem. Also first printing. Here's some boring stuff they made me put in here. It's true. Okay, now this book is about to get started for real. I hope you think it's good. Trust me, you won't. So yeah, basically. And then here's the next mainline book. This is number 14, Wrecking Ball. See, now they're sort of starting to make the designs more like weird things. Like, you can see this one has rivets in it, like it's like metal and construction. See, they're starting to get crazy because they're running out of colors. That's the thing, is that they're going crazy. And then this one, we have the dream with all the hair. I think they call that the gout monster. Not the gout monster, like whatever the hair that clogs up the drain. I forget what that's called. Like they have a name that sounds like gout's like a toe disease or something. I forget, but I know it's similar to that. I forget what it's called. And then there's Raleigh crying. Then there's Manny, Roderick, Mom, and Dad. Also first printing, and this one's to Scooter. Hey, you wrote this for a Muppet. And there's a little sign you put in your door. Caution, keep out, demolition zone. And then, all clear, come on in. And then in July 2020, Rowley's second book came out. Which was Raleigh Jefferson's Awesome Friendly Adventure. And I know Carl Enneberger said he hates this book, that he doesn't like it a lot. I actually thought this was the best of Rowley's books, actually. I like the story, like you could read this with the commentary from Greg Heffley, or you could just read the parts that are not, like, because there's parts that are like an actual, like, the narrative, and then there's it's sort of like a book within a book, almost. And, like, Greg gives criticism, but then he sort of learns to like it by the end. Sort of Princess Bride-esque, I guess, in terms of that style of how it's sort of a story within a story, so. And then the framing device, sort of. And yeah, it was supposed to be released in April 2020, but got delayed until July of 2020 due to the pandemic, because they didn't think people would be going to bookstores to buy the book. So yeah. I did buy this when it got released, though, so. And then there's the little tree thing. Raleigh Jefferson's Awesome Friendly Adventure. He's riding a narwhal. Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad. Thanks, Mr. Narwhal. Bye-bye. Then there's regular Raleigh, and then Warrior Raleigh. Also first printing. So yeah, the way that style is quite different. Like, each Raleigh book has a different style of storytelling, which I find is an interesting way to do it. And then around, like, I think it was October 2020, we have The Deep End, number 15. And yeah, this is the first one. This is over whatever million books. This one's over 250 million books sold. Yeah, The Deep End. This looks like a pool, even though the pool stuff isn't until the very end of the book, so it's very weird. Like, a lot of false advertising on a lot of these titles. I definitely knew as a kid that these were junk. And this one, they've been trying to give more, like, action. This scene actually had, like, this book had, its action was, like, 13th book, like, 13th, 14th, 15th, a lot of these books, their climaxes are just straight up action movie scenes, not comedy or, like, relatable things. Like, this one, they literally are, like, it's like an action scene. They're trying to ride through a hurricane, and like the bridge breaks and everything. Yeah, it's like that's not what Wimpy Kid was. But yeah. And I guess that's the way. And then there's a moose head there. The book here, we got some random kid, another random kid. Forget exactly who these were. See how they're not as memorable books. Manny, Roderick, Mom, and Dad. This one I didn't buy from Indigo. I bought this from Costco, so it doesn't have the Indigo exclusive. There was an Indigo exclusive edition, though, I'm pretty sure. So this one's Ryan, and this is also first printing. So, yeah. And then the third and final one of Rowley's books, we have Rowley Jefferson's Awesome, Friendly, Spooky Stories. It's a nice purple book. And this one's just a collection of short stories written by Rowley. Though I found, like, while the stories were enjoyable, I found a lot of them were quite out of character for Rowley. I know one of them is about, like, a woman they think is dead or something, and then she, like, turns out she's still alive, and they, like, tried to bury her alive or something. And that, in this story, in the one story, Greg is dead, and he comes back as a ghost. Like, trust me, Rowley, like, if you want to make a story, like, spooky stories from the Wimpy Kid world, like, by various characters, like, have one written by Roderick, one written by Greg, one written by, like, Fragley or something. Like, Fragley would do a good spooky story like that. But having them all written by Rowley, like, it's kind of out of character for that. I guess they just wanted a third Rowley book with a third form of storytelling, and this form of storytelling because the first one was, like, sort of in the style of, like, a Wimpy Kid book, and the second one was more like a narrative within a narrative, and then this one was an anthology, so they could call it, like, the Wimpy Zone or something, like Twilight Zone, but for Wimpy Zone. They call it that. That would be funny. There's a strawberry. Yeah, there's Zombie Greg there, yeah. So, Greg, in this universe, Greg is dead, so. Also first printing. Yeah, so the stories in here we have The Changing, The Prankster, Ghost Friend, The Biter, Human Head, The Scanner, The Cellar, The Nap, The Stain, A Mummy, The Science Project, The Medicine Cabinet, The Invasion, and The Demon. So you basically see the idea. So yeah, it's all spooky stories written by Rowley Jefferson. Reader beware. It just seems out of character, though, for Rowley to have written those stories. Like, it could be, like, stories from the Wimpy world, yeah, but not, like, definitely not Wimpy Kid type stories. Like Rowley type. It doesn't seem like Rowley would have written them. And then I think it was October of 2021, we have Big Shot, book number 16. Also an Indigo exclusive edition. I'm going to do it right here, for like right now, because it's starting to pile up on the bookshelf. I can't really get it. This is number one thing. There's the coach. There's like the assistant coach or whatever. Then Manny, Roderick, Mom, and Dad. To Will and Grant. Reusing the dedications. You can see how long the series has gone on. Also first printing. And the exclusive thing in this one, I'm pretty sure, let me just check. Yeah, we got some little stickers. Like name stickers. Feel sorry for anyone that has 3 of the same letter in their name. I never use those. Like, it's weird how they put these in like exclusive editions, like things like that. And actually expect, like when they put like postcards in like a special edition of a DVD set, did they actually expect people to use and send the postcards? Or do they expect to like, they're like, oh, it's just nice to have. They could use them, like they're able to use them, they're more for collector purposes. Like, that's sort of what I think, yeah. Like, I wouldn't take that out of the thing. It would decrease the value of the edition. Like, if this ever goes up in value one day, these Indigo exclusive editions, then the fact that I kept it complete would be, yeah, because a lot of people buying these, because I kept buying these, like, a lot of people my age stopped reading the books after, like, hard luck, like, around that era, like, this gold and silver age. I keep reading them, though. I'm 23. Like, I started reading the series when I was 8 years old. I'm 23 years old now. So, yeah, a lot of people, though, my age stopped reading after a while. But still, I still read them. But a lot of the people that are going to be buying these books now are children. And they're going to be tearing those things out and not taking good care of them. So, yeah. And then we have the book 17. We have book 17, Diaper Overload. This is from, I think it was October of 2022. This is the guitar pick. And we have Bill Roderick, and then some of the, I forget the bandmates' names, and then Mom, Manny, and Roderick. The Scott. Scott is Jeff Kinney's older brother, who is the inspiration for Roderick. Like, he actually did some songs on the Diary of Wimpy Kid movie soundtrack. Yeah, Scott Kinney is his name. He's a musician. He's Jeff Kinney's older brother. Also first printing. And this is also an Indigo edition. So it says Indigo Kids exclusive on the front, not Indigo exclusive like on the little side. Let me just find the exclusive thing in here. It's a loaded diaper sticker. And then the last book so far that I have is No Brainer. Book number 18. Book number 19, Hot Mess, is coming out this month, I'm pretty sure. So I probably should have waited to make this video until I bought that book. But yeah, I might refilm in like 6 months or something with that one. But yeah, when I have a better setup. But still, this is just good for now. Look at all the books. They're cluttering up the back of the books. They're being cluttered up by the books. There's Greg chasing his brain. And I forget who that guy is, and that's a robot or something. I forget. Rather than Roderick, Mom, Manny, and Dad. This one is to Matt. Also, first printing. This one's not an Indigo edition. Either they stopped doing the Indigo editions, or I bought this at Costco or something. I can't remember. So yeah, that's it for the books pretty much. But I also have a couple other interesting little oddities. I have the Mud Puppy journal. This is a journal you could, like, there's bundles you could get. Like, you could either get just the journal, or you could get the journal plus a copy of the first book. Again, it's a little bit different in red, but it's very nice. I like this. This journal does look very nice, and it's from Mud Puppy. The only problem is that it's thinner than a regular. It's only 144 pages instead of 224, like the main books. And it's got that little profile of Greg Heffley on the side. But yeah, Mud Puppy, I don't know exactly what they do. I think they're like a stationary kind of thing, but this is under license for any of the books and Wimpy Kid, so you basically just write your own stuff in here. So I didn't write a whole lot, but you can see I wrote more than usual. And this is around 2014, like 2014 or 2014 is when I got this for Christmas. So. And then here's something I found at Valley Village that I thought was kind of cool. This is Diary o Wimpy Ween. Diary of Wimpy Kid in Scots. Now, yeah, translated into Scots. Now, I'm pretty sure people think it was Scots Gaelic. Like, my dad studies Gaelic. He knows Gaelic and stuff. And I know lots of people actually. A lot of times I went to actually a Gaelic course at the church I can't speak any Gaelic, but still, I know they used to have Gaelic things at the church, and I know. I live near a church, and I go to that church, and we have a lot of Gaelic there. So I know a couple of girls that I knew that went to that church. They can speak Gaelic, and I know a lot of other people. A lot of people that go there can speak it. But yeah, okay. But this is not Gaelic. What this is, I'm pretty sure that's what this is. It's like it's a parody translation. It's not like a real translation. I don't think of an actual language. It's more of a translation of a dialect. Like, you know how like ever watch like Lee Gilmore's videos, like Scottish Matilda, Scottish Cinderella, that kind of thing? It's like that, but they write the words out as if they're phonetically sounding like, yeah, like Temo, like Tay is like two, Timon, Dad, Ray, Scott, and Patrick. Like, it's pretty much English, yeah. Like, right, before you say anything, this is a journal, no a diary. I can find what it says in the cover, but when Mama went doing the shops, I specially told her to get you in the didn't say diary. Like, it's hard to read it out loud, but you can read it as sort of, you basically get what they're saying. It's basically like a parody translation. Basically, they did Harry Potter in this as well, and that's somebody posted the thing, is the cover of the Harry Potter one looked exactly like the real book. So they said, I accidentally bought the Scottish dialect version, and people started parodying. I accidentally bought the Christmas dialect version of Harry Potter. So Mr. and Mrs. Claus Dursley of number 4 Privet Pole were proud to say that they were perfectly merry, ho ho ho. So same idea basically, but it's like a parody because somebody posted that on a subreddit. But still, this is a kind of a cool find. They did the second book in this as well, and the 15th book. And it's from a company called Ichiku, which specializes in like these kind of books. Same one that did the Harry Potter translation. Yeah, book 2 and 15 are also available. So yeah, there is another translation that like a lot of the translations from other publishers, but one that's a translation that was published directly by Amulet Books, Abrams, whatever, is the Latin translation. It's somebody who translated by someone who translates Pope Francis's tweets into Latin, and the person, yeah, so that person they wrote this. Yeah, they translated the whole book into Latin, and the book cover looks more old-fashioned and has Greg in a Roman toga holding like a scroll on the front. Same exact book as that, but like I probably wouldn't read that because I don't know Latin, but it's just a cool translation to have because it's not like Latin is not as common a language as it used to be. So yeah, a lot of lawyers use it, of course, but yeah, that's the. And now that I can finally rest my legs from sitting on the floor for so long, I'm going to show you the movies. Now, the first and the third of the movies were not my childhood copies. I watched those so much, I wore them out. I still have them. Stored away in a special area. But to actually watch the movies, I bought other copies that are in better condition. Yeah, but only for the first and the third. I haven't got a new copy of the second one yet because I haven't found it. But yeah, so I wore them out in the cases that I wore them all out. So I wanted to get the physical media for life, and even though they're Blu-rays, they still scratch because I watched them so darn much. So, yeah. As a little kid, I didn't really take good care of my movies either, so nowadays I try to take better care of my movies. And I used to peel the stickers off, too, before these ones have the stickers now, so. Here's the first movie. This is the cheesiest edition. In fact, my original copy of this was the very first Blu-ray I ever bought, even before I had a Blu-ray player. My second Blu-ray I bought was Ice Age Dawn of the Dinosaurs, also before I had a player. But they had DVDs included, and I wanted to try the digital copy, so that's why I bought those like that. But then that Christmas, I got a Blu-ray player and a few more Blu-rays, so yeah. It was Christmas of 2010, so yeah. This is the cheesiest edition, with Greg's later diary pages and a look inside Riley's diary. Diary of an Awesome Friendly Kid by Riley Jefferson. Hey, so basically it's the same kind of thing as the book, but it's like a mini, sort of, prototype version of Riley's book. Somebody actually did a smart thing and opened it up with like a knife, whereas I just, when I was a kid, pulled you could tell it, even back then I didn't take good care of my movies because I didn't really. No, yeah, there's the spine there. It's nice. Looks like it would be a bigger Blu-ray case, but it's not. The spine looks lower, like a lot of things, yeah. Even as a kid, I noticed a lot of the 20th Century Fox Blu-rays, even if they had DVDs, they just had the Blu-ray logo on the spine. This one has the Blu-ray and DVD logo, which was nice. And then, the very back, you can see all the photos. This copy is rated PG in Canada. The movie itself is rated G in Canada, though. All the first three movies are. And I think that's fine. I don't think they need to be PG. There's nothing really inappropriate in them that's, like, not G level, So, yeah, Roger Ebert says, bright and funny, a family movie you don't need a family to enjoy. So this 3-disc set, the things are here. We have Greg's deleted diary pages, which include more gross, silly, frankly fun, The Benefits of the Cheese Touch, Sherlock's Trail of Tears, and Riley's Lost Zooey Mama cartoons. Plus, there's also more on here, too. I think there's like a commentary, the original theatrical trailer. Like, they don't list all the special features on there, but yeah, I'll have to make a list and put it inside of all the special features that are on there, but they're not all listed there, so. You can see that disc 2 is the DVD, which has special features as well. They don't list it there, but it does. And the disc 3 is the digital copy, which basically works with iTunes. Back at the time, that's the thing, you had to, if you wanted a digital copy of a movie, nowadays you just go through like a digital service provider, like Google Play or Apple TV or something like that, or Cineplex Store if you're in Canada, iTunes, Microsoft, or I guess the App Store, or like iTunes Store, or whatever, like Microsoft Store, like whatever it's called. I don't know what the Apple thing is called now, but yeah, because I don't use that. I use an Android, so my whole family does. Even though both my parent, like the other sides of my family, my aunt, uncle, and cousin on my mom's side, and then my aunt and uncle on my dad's side, they all use Apple, whereas my family, we use Android, and I honestly don't care because I find Android easier to use, so yeah. Again, Crow Annaberger, because I'm measuring him up a lot because it's a Wimpy Kid video. He makes a lot of Wimpy Kid. He always makes jokes about the Android fan covers, like, oh, this is made with an Android, like, it's sort of funny. But yeah, let me get this out of the case here. Of course, these first 3 movies are all amazing. Like, I love these movies. Some of my favorite, probably my favorite family films of all time. And then, so here's the disc 1. This is the Blu-ray, and you can see all these. So basically, we have Rowley, like the cartoons here. We have Rowley with the Zooey Mama thing, Fregley, Manny, some random girl from the book who is crushing on Ronnie McCoy, one of the runner. I don't know why she's on that disc. It's just some random girl. And then Mom and Dad. And then disc 2, the DVD, which the DVD that you'd buy separately would have a different artwork than this, but they always just had to match the thing with the DVD strip on there, just to say not for individual sale or rental. That's not how it would look when you bought the DVD by itself, but it's the same content on the disc. And then there's disc 3, the digital copy disc, which has Greg, Rowley, Angie, and Fregley. And here's the digital copy code. This is out of date now, so I'm not going to really do anything about covering it. So the back has a thing. It's the Fox Connect app, or the Fox Pop app. Interact with the movie using your smartphone or computer. First, download the free app at foxpop.com. Then start the app while watching the movie. It's that easy. Get your behind-the-scenes scoop from Jeff Kinney. Attempt to survive the grossometer and share favorite moments and tips with friends using Facebook. So yeah, I know my original copy though didn't have that listed in the back. My copy actually instead had an ad for Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the Lightning Thief, which I have on Blu-ray as well. So yeah, I haven't seen the new Percy Jackson show, but I'm not really interested in seeing it anymore. I might see it someday, but yeah, because I know that it really, I think it won. It was the wrongful winner of the Best Kids Show Award at the Kids' Choice Awards. And because it lost against Really Loud House, but that's not even the reason why. It's because Percy Jackson, they nominated it in the Best Kids Show category, when really it should have been in the Best Family Show category, because Best Kids Show category had eight nominees, the Best Family Show had 6. I guess maybe they didn't think they could compete against Young Sheldon, which won that award. And that's true, they probably couldn't, but yeah. Really Loud House, though, absolutely for favorite kid show, deserved to win. And also, The Loud House, the cartoon, deserved to win favorite cartoon over SpongeBob, but I could see why SpongeBob definitely won. If it was going to win any year, especially it would be this year, because it was his 25th anniversary. But anyways, that's all I have to say. But yeah, I'll talk about that another time, but yeah. Maybe. I always say I'll talk about that another time, but then I never do, so don't ever take my word for that. Just know that I'm thinking about it, that I might. It's a possibility. It's like I'm saying, what I mean is that it could be a good idea for a video. And then here's the second film, Roger Rules. You can see this is a lot more beat up, because this is my childhood copy of the movie. Hope to get another one, though, because I can actually watch the darn thing, because it's... And also, this one's an American copy, because even when I pre-ordered this from Amazon.ca, but for some reason, on Amazon, they would always send you the US copies, not the Canadian ones. It's weird, even though I ordered from Amazon Canada, so... This says the American rating and Canadian. I guess they feel like they have the Canadian ratings on because it might make its way over to the U.S. I guess, or to Canada, I guess. But yeah, so this includes the My Summer Vacation Fun Pack, which are like short films made in between, like during production. Basically, it's the characters basically telling like what they did during the summer vacation in between the first and second film, and I know that there was a double DVD pack. You know how like they would always have the double DVD pack? Like how some copies of Shrek Forever After on DVD would be bundled with Donkey's Christmas Spectacular, and then all that content would be on the Blu-ray edition of Shrek Forever After on the disc itself. It's that kind of thing. But the DVD version of My Summer Vacation has one short missing. I forget which one it is. It's either the water ballet one or the dog poop one. I forget which one. I know I'm pretty sure it's one of the Greg ones. But I know there's one that's exclusive to the Blu-ray, so... And those are things that are going to be lost in this era of streaming that are going to be lost to time unless somebody uploads them all to YouTube, so... They probably will get taken down because there'll be copyright violations, so yeah, they'll be lost forever, probably. In the like, not lost forever for me, but, like, lost for people who don't... Because a lot of people are, get rid of their DVDs, like... I have a lot of neurotypical friends that I knew from high school. And I love them with all my heart, but, like... It just makes me sad that, like... There's, a lot of the, a lot of them switch to only digital. A lot of people though they don't, that's the thing, like a lot of times I always sort of think like if you buy physical media then you're the reason, if you don't buy physical media then you're the reason why the industry is going down the toilet. But that's just in their practices. As people that's a different thing. If they're nice people and they're nice to me, they care about me, which these friends do, then yes, I I care about them then. So, and I think, I don't know why I did that, but I threw out all the codes there. Like, it was like a digital code and then some ads. I remember for like some of the Wimpy Kid books, and like, buy these other Blu-rays today. I'm pretty sure it was Diary of Wimpy Kid, the first one. And then I think Gulliver, maybe it was, I think it was maybe Gulliver's Travels, Voyage of the Dawn Treader, and Percy Jackson. So yeah. And then we have the Blu-ray here. Hopefully, if I find another copy, it'll have all those inserts in it again. The DVD, which this one just says not like the other one. Usually they say not for individual sale or rental, but this one says not for individual sale. But again, it's the same content you get on their standard DVD, like if you bought it in the store, just different artwork. And then there's the digital copy. And then here's my copy of Diary of Wimpy Kid Dog Days on concurrent copy. And again, not my childhood copy, because it's kind of cool is that I'll tell you the story once I get to the other one. Yeah, basically, so this one, Diary of Wimpy Kid Dog Days. You have the Blu-ray. Yes, this is the Blu-ray edition here. Blu-ray plus DVD plus digital copy. Get a load of this. Hello, ladies. Ew! This includes the all-new animated comic, Class Clown. I'm going to open up the case here because I think there's more special features listed on the case inside. Yeah, Class Clown animated comic, gag reel, commentary by director David Bowers, and FX Movie Channel presents Wimpy Empire. There's the code again. It's all redemption deadline December 18th, 2014. 2 years after this release came out. December 18th, 2012 was when this Blu-ray came out. Yeah, the first movie came out in theaters in March 2010. It was released on home media in August 2010. The second one was March 2011, then home media in June 2011. And this one was theaters in August 2012 and on physical media in December of 2012. There was a bigger gap between the second and third than there was between the first two in terms of production. So yeah. And then we have the Blu-ray there, and the DVD plus digital copy on the same disc. A lot of Blu-rays did that at the time for a while to save. So then shortly after that was when they just started to have the digital copies be purely digital. So, but this was old enough to be one they would put on the thing. Like you had to redeem this through like your provider, like you had to redeem this on your PC, like on your computer, and then, so, like, it is a lot easier to get your digital versions now. Still, they were sort of trying to train the public, and like sort of. Plus, I don't think the technology was really there yet at the time, so that's why. But that's not the only edition I have of Dog Days. It's the one I have and watch. It's the one that I want. Like it's the main copy I picked to watch. And then, but that's not my only copy. Let me take you downstairs for a second. Also, I don't think I read all the bonus features on Roderick Rules, but there they are. This is the other edition I have, and I gotta put it over here because I'm doing this video vertically, but this is the only horizontal sort of item I have here. This is the Diary of Wimpy Kid Dog Days Prank Pack, which is a DVD of the movie. Plus 3 prank toys. Now, let me just say, because I remember we were at Walmart around the time the Blu-ray came out. I knew I wasn't going to buy it then, but I wanted it for Christmas. So, I was thinking, like, oh, the Blu-ray is there, but I also like this prank pack. I think that would be the cool thing to have. Nowadays, I think the Blu-ray would just be automatically my choice of thing. But yeah, that's what I decided, sort of thinking about it in my head. But my parents knew I wanted both, so they decided to surprise me. They ended up buying me both versions for Christmas that year, so I always appreciated that. The prank pack here, it's fine. It's sort of a good display piece to put on a shelf, so all new. I didn't like the third one. There was prototype artwork that made it match the first two movies with the white cover and like the colored letters. They turned to green. I don't know why they did. There's a copy of the DVD version that was like a Walmart exclusive that was just all white, but that wasn't Blu-ray. That would have been nice though if they had that cover, because it would have been. Like, the prototype artwork they had on Amazon initially was a lot nicer than the one that they ended up putting out. So, the DVD, here's the DVD of this one. Like, I don't have the standard DVDs of the other two, but this one I have because it's in this pack here. And it's just the, that's the disc when you, yeah, because the first two movies each had a different disc artwork on just the DVD too, so. Just give me a second as I put this in the case here. And I'll show you the toys that come with it. So this is the bug cube. It's like an ice cube. You put this in someone's drink, it's an ice cube. It's an ice, like a fake ice cube, but it has a bug in it. Piece of moldy cheese. That side looks nice, but then you put this side. Ugh. And then some dog poo, which of course is plastic. It's not real dog poo, as you can see, but it looks real. You put this in a toilet, and it would be funny. So, I live near a dog park, so I see dog crap all the time on my when I go out for a walk. Like when I'm going out to get the mail and stuff, I see people. They never pick up after their dogs. So, yeah, start picking up after your dogs if they crap on the grass. So. Or anywhere, just pick up their poop. That's what you're supposed to do, so. Or in the words of Quentin from the first Wimpy Kid film, Greg, please don't fire me. I really need my measly pathetic job scooping your dog's poop. Whatever, I'll think about it. No. Vanilla on the bottom and chocolate on the top. I can't eat this! And despite not liking this movie, I had to get it for completion's sake. I don't keep it on my main collection shelf, though. This is Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Long Haul. Got an orange cover. At least the cover's nice and stuff. Hello, ladies. They promoted those two girls in all the promo posters. Yet they only appeared at the very end after the credits. That's the one thing, yeah. I think I follow both of them, or at least one of them on social media now, so yeah, it's a... Since the movie came out, I remember I was doing that, but... Anyways, yeah. And then, see the Blu-ray special features. There's a lot more Blu-ray special features here than... This one is a PG in Canada, by the way, for crude content. So that's the thing, at least all the gross-out content in the other one was clever. This one's just unpleasant gross-out content in this. There's some Blu-ray and DVD special features. Yeah, Making a Scene, Greg Heffley's 10 Rules of the Perfect Road Trip, Road Games, Learn to Draw, Decade of Wimpy Fun, bloopers and deleted scenes, deleted animation, Holland through Georgia, and a gallery. First three movies are shot in Vancouver. This one was shot in Atlanta. And then, yeah, they said bloopers and deleted scenes. Actually, think about that. I didn't like that. They alternate between bloopers and deleted scenes. I wish they would have done, like, the blooper reel and then deleted scenes in a certain thing, because they're all funny scenes like that. But, yeah. Like, I enjoyed actually watching the special features on this movie more than the movie itself. Like... I was super disappointed, and I was pissed off. Excuse my language. When this movie, when I finished watching the movie, I was really upset. I thought it was terrible. So, like, I knew it was going to be. I just thought, like, because knowing the internet, I just thought they were unfairly judging things like this. But I didn't. Then I realized, yeah, some things can be that bad. So yeah. But still, and for me, it wasn't because they botched like they sort of botched the formula of the first three movies, which they did usually. Like, a lot of the actors, like, Greg was the best actor in this, but none of the other actors really fit their roles at all. And, but the thing that really made it was that they cut so much from the book, which was, yeah, for a while it was my favorite book in the series, so yeah. And this one also, the audio quality on this is actually better than the other three. It's a 7.1 the surround instead of 5.1, which is obviously the fact there's more bonus features and better sound shows they're trying to compensate for the fact that it's a worse movie. So, but if you grew up watching this and you like it, like, I remember there was this YouTuber I used to watch. Her name was Studio B. She was this girl. She used to like review books and stuff, and she like she was like a kid at the time when this came out. She would have been like 10 years old, probably making the YouTube videos. Like she was kind of a kidfluencer, I think. And she said this was her favorite book, like her favorite movie of the series. But that's valid because she was a kid at the time. And that's what this movie was made for, was kids. So her opinion of this being her favorite one was perfect. She'd be probably like she'd be 17 now because it's 7 years later. But so I don't know if her opinion's probably changed on that. But interesting to see. I haven't watched her videos since around the time of Wimpy Kid. So yeah, I don't even know if she's even still making videos or what she's doing. Yeah, but she used to do a lot of like Wimpy Kid reviews. She was one of the ones that got the big box of swag from the long haul, which included the long haul Blu-ray, the old editions of the second and third movies on Blu-ray, but not the first one because there's a digital code of the first one included inside this pack, which you'll see in a minute. But yeah. So you got the Blu-ray disc. All the Blu-ray discs all match, which is nice, like all four of them. And then here's the digital code through iTunes and also through Ultraviolet. I lost a lot of movies through Ultraviolet when they closed down. And then this is for the original. All these are expired though. Like this code expired. Let's see. May not be valid after 2019. And this is the bonus original Wimpy Kid movie. Also may not be valid after 2019. Watch anywhere, anytime. So yeah, it's a kind of a cool thing. They did the same thing when they had Ice Age Collision Course. They would include a bonus digital code for the original Ice Age movie. And there's the DVD. And this one, like I said, I don't know if I said it, but this was released in theaters in May 2017 and came on Blu-ray on home media in August 2017. And this one also but then also after this one failed, they decided to instead reboot it entirely because this is sort of it's kind of a soft reboot, I guess you'd call it. I don't know exactly, but yeah. But they did a full-on animated reboot on Disney Plus where they had the Diary of Wimpy Kid. They did the first one, but it was just literally an animated remake of the first movie. And it was only like 48 minutes long. It wasn't even a movie. It was more like a length of a special. They called it a Disney Plus original movie, and it had a full-fledged MPAA rating. The way it opened and closed could have been a theatrical movie. Yeah, because the 20th Century Fox was who made all those things, and that company has since been acquired by Disney as 20th Century Studios, and they're produced under 20th Century Animation, but yet the movie themselves open with the Walt Disney Pictures logo. A few other Disney Plus films that were from 20th Century Studios did that, like I think Cheaper by the Dozen, the remake, Better Nate Than Ever, and also the Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild and Night of the Museum Kimono Rises Again, which are also animated films. But then so they did that one in December, I think it was December of 2021. I saw it. I watched it on Disney Plus. It felt like longer than 58 minutes, but like I was like, when is this going to be? Like, it was pointless. Like, it was a completely pointless movie. Then they did Roderick Rules in 2022, like the Christmas of 2022. I have not watched that one, and I've also never watched Diary of Wimpy Kid Christmas Cabin Fever from 2023. But that one I'd be more interested in seeing because it's not one. It's a book that hasn't been done on screen before. So yeah, I'd be more interested in seeing that. Like if anyone thinks like are the second and third any better than the first one? Like, let me know, because that's the thing. I think I personally overall thought the animated film was worse than the long haul, because at least the long haul again did something different, and it was like a new story, and it was like, yeah, sort of like what we were seeing, but not quite. But like this new one, while it was brand new sort of style and brand new idea, sort of like way of telling the stories, it just was unnecessary, and it was completely or pointless. Like, if they just maybe done a different book as an animated adaptation, like, just keep doing movie, like, keep adapting the books. Don't start over all over from the beginning, because then you're just not going to make it. Like, the fact that they skipped from book 2 to 6, are they going to make the Last Straw on Dog Days, or are they just going to go to number 7 and never make, like, Last Straw, Dog Days, Road with Truth? Because I'm not even sure if there is one coming out this year. Maybe they just did 3 and that's all they're going to be doing, so. In the era of streaming, they think, especially with animation, all these studio CEOs that hate animation and want to wean the public off of scripted content and into their crappy reality shows. Hashtag fire David Zaslav. Hashtag release Coyote versus Acme. But, yeah. So you never know, but still. Like, the Wimpy Kid's art style, I was intrigued by when that first promo dropped, and then I watched the movie, and I was severely disappointed, so... And I was more disappointed because of the fact that it was an animated adaptation with a really nice, cool art style. It had potential. And same with the fact that in the first one, because it was done remotely during COVID, the mom's voice sounded like she was recorded in a Zoom call. It was all muffled, but even then, you do some work to make it sound at least not as unprofessional as that. Like, you do some enhancement on that. It was very unprofessional sounding. And this was a production, a major Disney Plus production from Walt Disney Pictures. So yeah, that's it just was kind of unprofessional, I thought. But anyways, that's all I could say. So I hope you enjoy my Wimpy Kid collection. Again, if I find some of my merchandise, I will show it. Maybe on a short video or something. Yeah, but who enjoyed it? What's your favorite Diary of Wimpy Kid book and your favorite Diary of Wimpy Kid movie? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys, and this Picture Man 1001 signing out. Peace.